of the moment. When they see you down, just know they love it.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Bounce Back. I'm your host Bobby. I got a special guest with me today. I'm gonna let the man introduce himself.
Hey, it's Fasscoupe in the building, man. Shout out to my man Bobby Lucas. What's going down?
Chilling, man. Thanks for coming. Appreciate
No problem,
that.
no problem.
So, why don't you tell the people a little bit about yourself, man?
Yeah, for sure. So, I'm an artist hailing out of Cambridge, Massachusetts. The side of Cambridge I'm from North Cambridge, you know what I'm saying? Typical Cambridge kid, grew up playing basketball, wanting nice sneakers, having fun, you know what I'm saying? And then in the midst of my, growth, running into obstacles, learn about different ways to get money, following other people's footsteps that I thought, were the most ideal footsteps to, follow in. But, you live and you learn, you know what I'm saying? Throughout that journey, throughout that experience, I fell in love with music, along that ride. And, you got Fasscoupe here today, you know what I'm saying? The one and only.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
The most underrated, right? Overhated.
Yep,
Sure.
that's right.
I can dig it. So, I know, like, you've been in the music business for a while. Heads know you and stuff like that, too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even I knew of you before I knew you. You know
Right.
what I mean? And one dude that I know, he was asking to me what 5'4".
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the North Cambridge, and I was like, honestly, I can't even tell you. Like being from Cambridge, he asked me, what does the 5'4" mean with the North Cambridge cats? Run that down for the people who
Yeah.
Who don't know,
Yeah. That's
like
a
me.
great. That's a great question. Good shit.
Yeah.
Pretty much, there's 5 letters in North and there's 4 letters inside. You know what I'm saying? So pretty much it's just, North side. That's what we ran off of. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Yeah.
Word.
Yep.
Copy. Cool. So now a young Coop, man, young fast Coop. What kind of things were you into in the streets?
So, I mean, in the streets, you know what I'm saying? In my younger years, you know what I'm saying? Everything changed now. But in my younger years, I was out there getting money. You know what I'm saying? Messing around with the weed, getting locked up, catching charges. Shout out to Tim Flaherty. That was my lawyer. You know what I'm saying? Hailing from North Cambridge, one of the best lawyers out here. You know what I'm saying? Like, he literally knew me since I was like 18, 19. I'm giving him money for cases all the way up to like 25, 26 years old. Like, he literally seen me grow from a boy into a man. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my guy right there. Shout out to him. But I was running around just making some money. You know what I'm saying? I always was good because I don't smoke or drink. You know what I'm saying?
Word. So
Yeah.
That's a good way to definitely save money.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially with the weed nowadays. It gets expensive. It's almost like supporting like a real drug habit.
Yeah.
With the prices now
Yep.
of all that. So, word. That's what's up. So you young, you running the streets. When did you decide you want to rap?
So, I always wanted to rap. Since I was a kid, like I'm talking about like single digits pretty much. When I was young, I used to watch the TV, basic cable days, and MTV and BET. They used to have countdowns, you know what I'm saying, for the best, music videos that were currently, on the TV. So I used to see great rappers, young rappers at that, you know what I'm saying, like Tupac Shakur, Joel Santana, you know what I'm saying, Lil Bow Wow. Like it just excited me seeing them, and it was like, I don't know, like if that first time you wanted to like swing a baseball or shoot a basketball, it just was like I just knew it was something that I wanted to really do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. That's what's up. Yeah, no, that's what's up. I'm a big fan of rap music, but all music in general too, man. I feel like it's soulful, man. I always say like music and working out got me through like doing time. Like and for me, like whatever, that was what I consider probably the toughest point of my life was music and working out. Do you feel like you have that relationship with music, whereas it's like it's deeper than just I want to rap?
Yeah, nah, absolutely. Music inspired me. You know what I'm saying? That's what made me actually want to do it. Like it motivated me. So it's like times that I would like listen to certain artists and my situation had changed. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe my emotions had changed. I could be messed up, and then next thing you know, I'm feeling up. I got a higher vibration, or I could be down bad and depressed, and I just want to go out there and get a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just, music is a very powerful tool, and like I don't think a lot of artists understand how powerful music is. You know what I'm saying? Like you literally could gather like a whole room of like 20,000, 30,000 people if you're really good with your words. Right. And that's extreme power. You know what I'm saying?
So you were pretty young when you realized you wanted to, there's something you wanted to do. is rap. At least, you know. I mean, at first, was it you knew like professionally, I want to be a professional rapper? Or is this like just like we going down to the park to ball up? Like, I ain't making the NBA, but I like to ball. Is it at first something that you just like to rap, or was you like, nah, I'm gonna do this?
So at first, when I first seen it, it was just like the basketball comparison you use, like just going to the park and be like, all right, that's cool. I want to do that. I want to be good at it. But I was so young and I didn't really see anybody from my area actually do it. So I kind of just thought it was cool and interesting. But I kind of was just cool with, you know, just watching other people do it and then, you know, messing around with it. But when I got a little older and I started to get a little paper, I realized that money isn't happiness. So I'm like, dang, I got this money coming in. I'm stacking bread. I'm good. But I'm not happy because I'm just chasing this money over and over. So essentially, I'm just working and I'm not enjoying myself. So I'm like, all right, cool. What you got to do is you got to maybe just jump up in that studio and go back to that childhood era. And then that's when I started feeling happy. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the booth. I'm linking up with other great artists. And just it was a whole different, you know, like atmosphere than what I was used to. Like I'm just talking to other people and they're giving me, you know, advice on how to go about things and stuff like that.
Word, no,
yeah.
That's what's up. That's what's up for sure. Do you think like I always say to people, like, you know, you need an outlet. You need something like that. You need to keep busy, right? Do you think, like, I know we'll get more into it. You got in a little bit of trouble with the law and stuff like that. Do you think you'd have been in a lot more trouble if it weren't for music?
Honestly,
Do you think like it helped you? Because obviously, if you're in the studio, you can't be out committing crimes, getting arrested, right?
Yeah, no,
you know
that's true.
So, like,
that's true.
If you think about it, do you think that where do you think your life would be if you weren't doing music?
So I mean, that's a catch-22 because you see a lot of great musicians getting in trouble. You know what I'm saying? So, and I mean that kind of has to do with the people that they have around them. So that's another conversation. But for the most part, if you actually, you know, have a good, you know, support group around you that actually wants to see you succeed, then they won't put you in situations like that. But it don't matter how talented you are, you know what I'm saying? Like when it comes to this music stuff, somebody's always gonna hate on you.
Right.
So we have to remember that it's a very envious and competitive situation. So you do got to be headstrong and just, you know, have your screws together because, you know, one wrong move and thinking emotional will put you in a drastic situation. And since you're popular, they'll try to make you the poster boy. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So I just wanted to throw that out there because there's a bunch of artists who are going to be watching this. You know what I'm saying? Be definitely careful. You know what I'm saying? Don't get caught up and tricked out your spot. But yeah, for sure, I would definitely be in more trouble. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I still got in trouble doing it. I'm gonna be real.
Yeah, so I wanted to obviously I want to touch on that. So on this podcast, I have guys that 10, 15 years, but I got guys who was only on probation, never spent a day, and everybody in between, right? Because everybody's situation is different. That's why I like to bring on people with all sorts of different situations.
Right.
And walk me through like the events that ultimately led to you getting locked up and walk me through that.
Yeah, so I mean, there was one instance, right? I was living in Everett, and you know, I ended up being on probation for this. I already dealt with it, you know what I'm saying, so I could speak on it.
Right.
But I was renting a room out, you know, from some lady or whatever, and then long story short, she had like went into my room when I wasn't there, and I guess she seen like some weed and stuff. And this is before it was like, you know, allowed, legal before decriminalized. That's the word, you know what I'm saying? So, and a lot of foreign people, they kind of look down on weed like it's like a heavy drug, you know what I'm saying? They kind of didn't really understand the concept of it, you know what I'm saying? So she kind of overreacted, and then she called the boys, you know what I'm saying? Mind you, I got like there's a couple pounds in there, I got 50,000 in there, you know what I'm saying, in the safe, you feel me? The boys end up running up in there, you know what I'm saying, because of her. And then, you know, I guess I had like a half a pound in a backpack, and then I had my birth certificate in there. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know what I'm saying? So
you can't be like, no, that's not mine.
You see what I'm saying? So boom, they went up in the room.
Sometimes they catch us red-handed, bro.
Yeah, exactly. So boom, I'm on the run for that. Then I just haul out 10 Flaherty. I turn myself in, bail out 1,500. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, I fight the case. There was some other things I was charged with that I ended up beating that I'm not going to mention, you know what I'm saying? But what I had to cop out to was, you know, Class D drug distribution or whatever. They try to say I had like an organization going on and shit.
Yeah,
But
criminal enterprise. What
yeah,
did they use for me? Yeah, they try to like upsell it like crazy.
Yeah.
Like, selling the people. You know, I mean, and you were talking about pounds. Like I'm telling you, when I got caught selling just literally like a dime bag, and I'm talking pager era, they use like the word criminal enterprise.
Yeah, that they love it. They love it.
Like, yo, I'm just trying to smoke for free and actually get some bread, bro. You know what I mean? On top of that. So you end up getting probation, you said?
Yeah, because that was like my first charge.
Suspended sentence?
Nah, it was straight. Yeah, it was straight probation for 2 years, but unfortunately I ended up violating that probation.
Yep.
Because a lot of people don't understand, like, man, probation is tough. You know what I'm saying? Depending on
especially with a young mindset.
Yeah, with a young,
like at least for me, I didn't complete my first probation until recently.
Yeah,
like 30-something years old.
Yeah,
but it was more looking back, the mindset of how I looked at probation,
right,
stuff like that. So you end up violating for what? Were you getting first of all, were you getting urines?
No, I wasn't getting
no urines.
No, at that time I wasn't getting urine, so I just had to check in.
Check in.
I had to check in, and I had to. No, I didn't have to pay, but I had to provide pay stubs.
Yep.
And then sometimes they'll come to the crib.
So how was your experience with that? Because like until recently, like I told you, I never really had like a job. Like I feel like this last time, and plus being older, having that job kind of kept the PO off my ass a lot. But it's case to case basis.
Right.
Obviously depends on your PO too.
Right.
How was that for you? Like you said, you provided pay stubs, or was it like difficult to get at first? And
it
was working with you. Tell me about that.
Yeah, like you said, it really just depends on your PO. Like I've been on probation like a few different times, and I probably only had one PO that was like cool. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But a lot of times, yo, they tough. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people don't understand this probation is actually a sentence. You know what I'm saying? It's not that you just you walked away free and you good and you back in the street. No, you're just serving your sentence outside of jail. So pretty much you have to comply with your probation terms. So if you have a dirty urine, you don't provide pay stubs, you're not there for when the PO comes to do the home visit. These things could put you in an area that you don't want to be in, and then they can end up, hey, so-and-so, could you come in real quick? I just need to talk to you. You go up in there and they lock you. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And say that you violated probation. Now you have to you got to fight the probation, which is like a mini trial, the final surrendering. So now you got to go out of nowhere, get a paid lawyer or get a real good lawyer to fight the actual probation violation. And your PO is now the DA. You know what I'm saying? There's no DA. Yeah. The PO's the DA. You know what I'm saying? So your PO's arguing, your lawyer's arguing against your PO. And the judge is just like, yeah, you on probation, bro. You know what I'm saying?
You can't really.
Yeah, unless you really got some, concrete stuff that, you probably gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being honest. You know what I'm saying?
I know how it is, bro.
And I know a lot of y'all may be on probation and stuff like this, but you gotta take it from, a vet and another vet. You know what I'm saying? We actually been through it, good and bad. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, just be careful on probation, man.
And I think it does. Pretty much like anything, it starts with the mindset. I feel like how you looking at it. Are you sitting here complaining about it? Oh, I'm on probation, and just being negative about it, or just like I like to say, it is what it is. Like, what's next? What's the next move? What's done is done. You know what I mean? I can't go back. I can't change it. But what could we do next, moving forward to not? What ultimately ended up being your particular violation? You said it wasn't urines or anything like that. Did you?
Yeah. So pretty much, I had a little situation, you feel me? It really was just like, some in my neighborhood stuff, you feel me, with a particular person. And then we was going back and forth. And then I guess homeboy mom found out. And then she called my PO. And then she told my PO I was going to shoot. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Yeah.
Mom's calling POs.
Yeah.
And and I know disrespect, but that is literally only something a woman would think of.
Yeah, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Because if I got beef with you, we know like what to expect. It's
exactly.
On, with a man, at least. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When it's stuff like that, man, every time I hear something like that, I'm like, man, I would never even think about it.
You see what I'm saying? And then so
that.
She went and called my PO because she knew I was already on probation. And then boom, when my PO's coming, sending detectives to come book me, man, I end up going to see my boy. I jump in the V with him, and then the detectives, they end up driving up on a car. It's like 2 Silver Fords, and they like do like a crash course type of situation in front of the car. So we pinned in a parking lot, and then they got the sticks out, and they yell out my government. Oh, you got a probation warrant. Please step out the vehicle. Da 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 da. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, nigga, what? You feel me?
Yeah.
And then boom, they end up running to the V, open the door, pull me out, and I guess they found an illegal substance in the vehicle. So I end up being charged, you know, for the illegal substance, which is actually considered a violation as well. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
I would have beat the little shooting thing or whatever, because nothing actually ever happened.
Right.
But when they got the illegal substance in the vehicle, you know, that's when they were like, oh yeah, we got him. You know what I'm saying?
And then you got surrendered, and then you got your probation time. What did they give
So
you for time?
So I had to do 6 months.
6 months?
Yeah, in
Okay.
Billerica.
Okay, Billerica House of Correction. How
Yes.
was that? Did you go? Did you hit the minimums and stuff like that? Or did you do all your time behind the? Were you in the pods?
Yeah, so I went to the pods. They had me in the dorm. I forgot what dorm it was. As soon as I got to the dorm, I got into the squabble. You know what I'm saying? Like first day.
Okay, what was that over? Was it something from the street or was
Yeah, it was something from the street.
Was it? Because mine, like literally, probably 2 out of my. haven't got too many fights. I think 2 out of like my 3 were shit. Just spill over from the street.
Yeah, and it's crazy, and a lot of people don't understand that. Like what goes on in the street, bro, you may have to answer for that if you get locked up. Like, people don't understand that it's a very small area. So like, you go back and forth online with somebody or whatever the case is, and then, you know, people get arrested every day. You know what I'm saying? Like, you really may run into your smoke. You feel me?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Massachusetts especially
Yeah.
it's just such a small state, bro. I didn't realize that till I started like traveling through the country a little bit, and it took like, we was in Texas, I feel like almost a damn near day. Like, you could drive from one end of Massachusetts to the other in like 4 hours. It'd be good. Massachusetts is so small.
Right.
So especially like the prison system, jail system, you know, it's small too, especially if you go upstate, because it don't matter, you know, all different counties and stuff like that.
Sheesh.
It's small. It's definitely a small world. And what is it? Money and Violence is a small world. Streets is smaller. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah. Crazy.
But so you got your 6 months, and then you got out no probation.
Yeah, I got out no probation, man. I was happy.
No open cases.
No, I had the open case because they found the illegal substance. So,
so you fighting that.
Yeah, so probation, boom.
It's such a small 6 months is
exactly.
a small sentence.
And I got good time, you feel me?
Right, yep.
So, like, I got good time for every month besides
that sucks, bro.
Yeah.
Wrapping up and still having an open case.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, boom, I wrap up, and then whatever, you know, we stretch out the case for 2 years. Then I end up copping out probation for that. You know what I'm saying? So,
just for clarification, that was strictly possession, or was that an intent to distribute case?
That was an intent to distribute and a possession. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
School
you know what
zone.
I'm saying? School zone.
All that.
Yeah, all of that.
So
know
you
what I'm
end up
saying?
getting 2 years probation for that.
So yeah, for that. So yeah, I end up getting 2 years probation for the new situation. You know what I'm saying? Because I called out, my lawyer's like, yo, just take it.
But when you got out, you were still fighting that. How long in between when you wrapped up for your PV, your probation violation, you wrapped that up, your 6 months?
Yeah.
You were still going to court?
So I
Or you already had got the probation?
So no, I was still going to court. So boom, I wrapped.
Open case. So you don't even know. You might be going back.
Exactly.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And that's what, and it's crazy because a lot of people don't understand that. Like, once you get into the system, yo, it's easy to stay in it. That's how it was designed. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like a dark hole. Like, once you get in that motherfucker, it's like hard to get out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And a lot of people don't understand it. Like, you really have to do some cleansing all around, because if you keep moving around tainted, they catch you up, and then stuff from 5, 6, 7, 8 years could catch up on you, and then now they talk about enhancements, and now it's scary.
Yeah.
You feel me? You like, I ain't even do nothing crazy, but you've been breaking the law since you was 17. You feel me?
Right.
And then
when you say enhancements, that makes me think of federal court, right? Is that where?
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about?
I'm talking about federal and ACC.
And ACC, they do, and state a lot, yeah, and they'll try to smoke you and throw away the key for stuff like that.
Man.
So you get those 2 years probation. Did you complete that the second time around? Like,
so yeah, I completed that, but I did violate, but I beat the violation.
Word, and you didn't end up having to do your time for that.
Yeah, because once I beat the violation, they terminated it.
Word, that's what's up. Yeah, because like I was saying, on a case, it's on a case to case basis. There was a time where literally I was on probation. Dude was cool. As far as POs go, I had caught a case. and he didn't like it was he violated me, but it was like he didn't hold me. Like I was still fighting it from like the street. So I had probation, that open case, and then I caught another case for an attempted murder for an alleged stabbing that went on, which was just complete like bullshit. But still, just getting arrested in that charge.
That's the one you did some time for?
I didn't do time for that. I didn't. I mean, that was something in 2005 that was just a straight up lie. But just the seriousness of the charge, and the dude still didn't, because the PO kind of looked at the case. He was like, I'm not violating you for this. They don't even have nothing. So it never even went to superior court. They didn't even have enough to indict. So I just had to sit in, but I was held.
Okay.
So I sat in Plymouth. Well, I was in Cambridge. I got in a fight there for some shit from the street. You know, some dude, he said he was gonna shoot me. I was hustling at the time if the stuff didn't cook up, all that stuff. And I was just like, okay, now what do you know, we here now.
Yeah, we
I'm
here.
Pissed. I just was like, so word, let's go. But so they end up shipping me out to Plymouth, and I had to fight that from there. But like I said, case to case basis, the PO, instead of surrendering me, he just kept continuing it with the other court date, and then eventually the probable cause hearing, dude never showed up. It got dismissed. And then I had the other open case too. So point being is like he could have been violated me, and then I would have beat the case on something that was not true, and it's just they put you in a shitty situation. And then I end up getting out off of that, and then they wanted me to do house arrest. And the other open case that I caught was like a assault and battery on a public employee, just like some drunken stupid shit where they wasn't trying to let me on the bus, and I kind of showed the bus driver, but that's assault and battery. So they wanted me to do a treatment program, and eventually I was like, man, I just did the math. I'm like, that's 6 months. I'll still be on probation. Let me just take my time, and I ended up taking my probation time for that, and everything kind of worked out from there. Nice. And so one more thing too. So you completed that? They terminated you early?
Yeah, so I ended up catching a violation, you know what I'm saying?
And then you beat that, and they terminated your prior?
Yeah, so they terminated it because I beat it. Because, you know, if you beat a violation with your PO, there's like a chance your PO could be upset about the situation.
Oh,
conflict of interest at that point. So if you beat the violation, they're like, yes, he's done. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
How long before that, and then you had a federal situation?
So
investigation?
Yeah, so pretty much, you know, when you go back to the archives of like, you know, Fasscoupe, it was a duo, you know what I'm saying? So I had another artist that, you know, was in the, you know, the group or whatever, you know what I'm saying? His name was Sino or whatever. Like it was crazy. That's when I ended up doing a song with like Lil Baby, Gucci Mane, like, you know what I'm saying? Everything was jumping, you feel me? But unfortunately, you know what I'm saying? We ended up getting some attention, but it more so was, you know, directed towards him, you know, by the feds, because I guess allegedly they try to say he conspired to distribute fentanyl, you know what I'm saying? And then I'm with Cuz all the time, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about music videos, we rollies, going stupid. I'm like, yo, they probably, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna really
think guilty by association.
They're guilty by association. So unfortunately during that time, you know what I'm saying, he got ratted on by, you know, someone that he was, you know, working with. You feel me? I guess they tripped up along the line, and then the people was just like, all right, so what you gonna give us? You know what I'm saying? Because it's looking ugly for you. And then homie, he like from Detroit or something. He like, I don't care, I'll snitch on the out of town dude. Wow. You know what I'm saying? You know, and then he snitched on him. You feel me? They started investigating him for 4 months. Threw a GPS under his car, you know what I'm saying? Like heavy, nasty work, you know what I'm saying? Pulled over the vehicle on the highway, stripped the car. They had jewelry, everything in there. And at this point, a lot of people don't know, a lot of these federal officers, they got a street mentality too, you know what I'm saying? Like they be they be taking jewelry, they be taking money, and they'll just be like, oh, we only found this or whatever the case is, and they run it down on big boys, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about people who got Lambos and big cribs, and oh boy, he was one of them guys, you know what I'm saying? So they was just trailing him, you feel me? So I'm like, yo, this is serious, you know, after they snatched him. And I'm like, I go see my lawyer, Tim Flaherty, and Tim Flaherty's like, yo, you can't talk to old boy on the phone no more. You know, he's like, yo, the statute of limitation for investigation is 6 years. So they have up to 6 years to, you know, come and snatch you. You know what I'm saying?
Unless it's a body.
Exactly, you feel me? So they could just watch you for 6 years. So I had to really think about that. I'm like, and it sucked too, because obviously I was cool with Cousin. I'm just like, dang. And it was like, hearing about 5K1s and on his behalf, and people don't know how the feds play. They
Right.
you know, they
Feds don't joke around.
yeah, we got you, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's either you gonna give us a little something or, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because they won't even charge you, like, unless their conviction rate is something crazy, unless they got, like, enough evidence to convict you twice.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If they was
Yeah.
able to take half the evidence and half the evidence,
Yeah.
2 separate cases, like, they won't even, you know what I mean? They gonna make sure it's a slam dunk before. That's why they investigate for so long.
Exactly, you know.
All that stuff, bro.
You know, and they called him. They called him.
And how, what's he doing for time? What happened?
So
with that?
he ended up getting sentenced to 10 years. This was his first time
Did they let
getting
him
arrested.
plead out on it?
Yeah, he pled
out to
Yeah,
10
he
years?
pled out. He pled out.
You should, with the feds, I mean,
Yeah.
that's probably the best bet.
Yeah, you know.
I mean, 10 years is a long time. Hey, what's up, everybody? Thank you so much for watching this episode of The Bounce Back. This episode is brought to you by my boy Elvis in Euphoria Barbershop in Cambridge, Massachusetts. A lot of the OG Cambridge barbers is going on to greener pastures, doing amazing things. But my man Elvis is still in Cambridge. If you're in Cambridge, if you're local, man, come by Euphoria Barbershop, Cambridge, Massachusetts. Back to this episode of The Bounce Back. Fasscoupe, baby. Please, this is a great interview. Enjoy it. Hit the like button. Subscribe. Please drop a comment. All the support is super appreciated. The Bounce Back. Thanks again. Euphoria Barbershop. Make sure you hit them up if you're in the 617. Peace out, y'all. Time for no, if you never did no time, and when you're on that side of it, like facing it, you know what I mean? After it's done, it may not seem like, but shit, man, 10 years is long.
Yeah, 10 years is long. At the end of the day, and it's just like, because, you know, when you do time, you end up falling into your routine, you know what I'm saying? And then you get to a point of peace in your mind, you know what I'm saying? Where you're just like, all right, you're content. But that doesn't mean that time isn't passing by. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if you, because you're in your own world at the end of the day, that them jails and prisons, that's their own world. And then when you come out and someone's 10 years older than they were before, that's when it hits you.
Yep.
Like, yo, you
Little
was
family members,
bro, 10 years, like,
Dutch was just telling me about that after coming home. He's like, I got little cousins that's men now. You know,
shout out to Dutch too, man.
Yeah, shout out to Dutch, bro, and free everybody. You know, that's locked up now, bro. And you had mentioned with the I was gonna ask you about Fasscoupe, right? Because I was I was looking it up in some of the interviews you'd done in the past, and and I remember So what happened with that whole situation, and then why did you decide to just take the name and for self?
Yeah, for self, just because, you know, unfortunately, you know, like, when people get put in certain situations, you know, that they didn't even expect to be in, but they kind of signed up for, you know, the reality is, you know, sometimes it just, they bite off more than they could chew. You know what I'm saying? And before you doing stuff, you got to actually understand it. Are you capable of dealing with the punishment or consequence of the actions that you're doing? Even though things are flourishing and things are lit, if that day, you have to think about that. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I know dudes out there who only sell weed. You know what I'm saying? Because they know if them people come, they like, I ain't doing football numbers. Like, I'll do a little 2 or 3, you know, max 5, but I'm not doing no 15 or 20. It's not worth it.
People would know that going into it, man. That's like sucker shit too. Like, you know what I mean? If you know you can't handle it, like, the heat, get out the kitchen.
You know what I'm saying? Because you dealing with a grown man type of situation. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the harder the, you know, the substance, you know, maybe the better the profit, but it's just like, at the end of the day, like, it's the more time that you're gonna deal with if that day ever comes. And unfortunately, you know, he got put in a situation to where it got tricky for him, and he had to kind of, you know, pretty much play that game. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about. So I'm like, I couldn't associate with my brand with that. You know what I'm saying? So I kept it pushing. You know what I'm saying? I shout out to all the contributions that he made, but, you know what I'm saying? You know, what goes up must come down sometimes, you feel me? And unfortunately, that's what happened with that situation, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so the little baby feature, how did that's a big feature, bro. How did that work out? How'd you end up getting that? Like, how did that come across your table?
So I got an amazing publicist out of LA, out of Atlanta. Okay. And, you know, she's like well connected. She's like connected to everybody out there. And she pretty much was like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can link you up with whoever. And at the time, Lil Baby was coming up. He wasn't super lit the way he is now. He was just, he was on his grind. So I'm like, yo, he dropped the song, and I'm like, dang, that song's fire. It's that My Dog song.
Oh yeah.
Back then, the first joint. Yeah. So I'm like,
got almost 1 billion now.
Yeah. So I'm like, nah, I ain't heard nothing like that. So I hit my publicist. I'm like, yo, what's up with him? I think he's gonna take off. And then she told me the little number, and then Cuz pulled up, super humble. You know what I'm saying? And one thing I'm gonna say is, to this day, I never seen anybody count money faster than Lil Baby. You know what I'm saying? And that was back then. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not surprised.
Now.
Yeah, he's a hustler. You know what I'm saying?
Word. Yeah, that's what's up. Was that around the same time that D the Flyers had got that?
No, I got it before
D. Okay, because that shit was knocking too. Word. Yeah. Yep, and he got the video with it. But shout out Lil Baby too, D the Fly, everybody really.
Yep.
And you got features with Bia.
Yes.
Right. That's what's up. I'm only just kind of got hip to her as she blew up, but you got a track with her from before. To somebody you know.
Yes,
personally?
My ex-girlfriend was like, I think they still cool, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? But my ex-girlfriend used to be on like FaceTime with her, so it just was a mutual friend type of thing. You know what I'm saying? We both did music, so one day I told my ex, like, yo, we might as well.
Shout out Bia, the whole Massachusetts.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
That we got going on right now is fire for sure. Okay, so now you caught up. You got all that shit behind you, all the trouble with the law. You making the music. You got the new album, Traffic, right? You got that song with the Styles P, I Get High.
Yeah.
Where'd you find that who made that beat for one with that sample? That shit's fire. And when did you decide to like do the video for that?
Yo, honestly, I had I had that for a while in this stash. You know what I'm saying? I got to look at the credits to see who actually did the beat, because I don't remember his name. I just make so much music, but pretty much I just was surfing online. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, let me start messing around with this drill stuff, because drills, that's what's been cracking for the younger generation. Right, so it's like, even though like your artist, you may have came from a certain umbrella of music, you still gotta respect it, and adapt to what's going on. So I'm like, I gotta start messing with the drill a little bit, you know what I'm saying? So I just jumped on the drill and had the sample, and then I just created, the freestyle from the sample, you know what I'm saying? And went from there.
And you just did another video, right? Another 2 you shot?
I shot 2.
What tracks you doing the videos to?
So one of them is called All Pressure, All Pain. It's a tribute to my man Fetty G's out from Haverhill. He passed away, you know what I'm saying?
Rest in peace.
Yeah, he's super nice. I'm gonna send you his stuff or whatever, but
I think I've heard of him.
Yeah. He was doing time in Middleton, banging out in Middleton.
I think I heard of him after he had passed.
Yeah. Like he was throwing his hands in jail, you know what I'm saying? But
got that. Word.
And then I got another one. It's called Buy a Lung. Buy a Lung. Yeah. That's
a smoking song.
Something like that.
Word. All right, so why don't you tell the people where they can find you? Just, Fasscoupe, spell it out for them too, because it's not spelled how you would think too.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely. Make sure you put 2 S's in it, but it's Fasscoupe. You know what I'm saying? That's how you spell it. But you can find me on Instagram at Fasscoupe. Type in my my artist name on Google. All my handles will pop up just to make it easier. But yeah, you could Google
everywhere
me.
Too, Spotify, YouTube, all that. And I'm gonna drop links too to all of that stuff in the description. So you got that album, you got the new album, you got the videos coming up. Shows?
Shows.
What's in the mix for that? Any shows coming up soon?
Yeah, I definitely got some shows. That I'll be posting up, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, for sure. So stay tuned, you know what I'm saying? Hop on my page, follow me, and then if you want to, surrounding area, local areas, you know what I'm saying? Tap in, you know what I'm saying?
Before I let you go, anything that you want to say to the youth out there, maybe contemplating living a certain lifestyle, or maybe they're just caught up in the streets. I feel like sometimes it's one thing to tell kids or to tell somebody, don't do this because it's bad, you'll get in trouble. Nobody's trying to hear that. But we got to show the kids or the youth that there's other ways to make money than the traditional ways in the streets, illegal ways that you would think. So that's usually my message, to try to show kids, like, man, you could do music, you could do clothes, you could do whatever. You know what I mean?
Facts.
You got a message for the youth out there right now?
Yeah, it's crazy. I got a message to the youth, and I got a message to, the people who've dealt with the law already, or who are just trying to make a change in their life. But yeah, I'm gonna talk to the people who are trying to make a change. So like where I come from, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of examples I was outside and a lot of things that I seen, like as far as the tone that was already set was just like, you know, just like dealing drugs. I'm gonna be real, you know what I'm saying? And it's cool to do that, but I wouldn't say it's even cool at all, because at the end of the day, if you end up getting caught, which 9 times out of 10 you probably are going to end up getting caught, you know what I'm saying? That reduces your chance of just being able to get like a regular job, you know what I'm saying? Exactly. And yo, people change, you know what I'm saying? People get older, people move away. Not everyone's going to be hitting your line anymore. It's going to be slow times. Things change. And in order to get out of that lifestyle, it's like you're addicted to it. So I feel like humans, we're creatures of habit. We get addicted to things easily. So I feel like that lifestyle is very addictive. So yeah, in my opinion, I feel as though you may have to detox from that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I like that. Yeah, so at some point you really just gonna have to, and it's okay to be broke real quick, bro. Because you have to understand, you know, like being broke doesn't mean you're always gonna be broke. You know what I'm saying? It just means that you're trying to find a new direction, a new way to go. So you can't really think about like, damn, I'm broke. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's people in the feds right now who will give up all that drug money that they, you know, accomplished and put together just to be able to sit where you're at or sit where we're at.
Broke, but be with their family or something like that.
So essentially freedom is priceless and health is priceless. So you just have to understand that you are fortunate to have your freedom. So don't ever think about, oh, I'm broke and this, that, and the third. Yeah, you're broke temporarily, but there's other ways to get to it. And finally, you could take that, you know, that hustler mindset that you know, built and learned in the street and actually put into legitimate business, you know what I'm saying? And you have to find a business. It could be a moving company. It could be, you know, open up a laundromat, you know what I'm saying? A bunch of convenience stores, barbershops. You could trap it all different ways. It's the same concept, you know what I'm saying? You can still monopoly the board doing it legitimately and still get the same rush and same feeling. That's what these legitimate people do. Yep, they get the same feeling, you know what I'm saying?
I see a lot of people was like, man, if they wasn't where they're from, they'd have been the CEO of a corporation, you know what I mean? Instead of just like running a block. But yeah, so I appreciate you coming on.
Yeah.
You know, for real, thanks for pulling up. You want to give the people a verse?
Okay.
I don't got no beat, but you can just lay a cappella, or if you got a beat you want to put up. Yeah, I want to get the you be the first one to spit something on here for the people. So
let's do it. Okay. Them accusations made to hurt, but they don't last when you got the paperwork. I need my payment first, or you want that payment hurt. Had that 4 inches, now he first down like Jalen Hurts. I'm a wild card for that green, bitch, I can't reverse. Only time he on the scene is when he in a hearse. Gave the word to the bird, now she in her purse. I be all over the cake like Miss Buttersworth. Bitch, I been had my cleats, I'm really fronted turf. The way these pills coming, you think I'm busting a nurse. Where I'm from, 50 Cent and get you big burst. Got these bitches hypnotized like a big verse. This nigga acting like a bitch, is he or her? Turn his helmet to a halo, help him lead the earth. I really got it out the soil, you can see the dirt. Before you call that man a rat, could we see the work? Nigga, I've been trapping since a damn taller. Fast be dropping gems like it's me and Collar. Put a blazer on his back, now he Dame Dollar. Fast be talking shit like he Dame Dash. If I don't rock this nigga's boat, I make his plane crash. And I don't care if he a loc, I'll smoke the same flag. Hold on. My plug illegal alien, he be dressing like the men in black. Nigga, I'm a menace that. Hate to have to mention that, but he can't rep Fasscoupe if he can get his penis back. Spin a block, get him back. Never get your shit snatched. So once you lose respect, it's hard to get your shit back. Nigga take shit from me, and he gonna get his shit back. Best believe that's big facts. Rest in peace of Rizzo Racks. You know what I'm saying?
My God, yo, I appreciate that, bro. You got it exclusive for Fasscoupe.
Let's do it.
I'm Bobby Lucas. This is the bounce back. It is what it is. What's next, people? On that, we out of here, man. Thanks again for pulling up, bro.
Good vibes, positivity.
Thank you.
You gotta take a flip too.
Yeah. Bounce back. You got a moment when they see you down. There's no